is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year, and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
It's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. Broadcasting from the Major Mortgage Man Cave, here's Jason Walker.
Happy Thursday! It is the Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. Big show coming up today here inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. We are going to talk some more hockey, college hockey, with Montana State coach Dave Weaver, who is actually watching his stepson tonight out in Boston with the Pittsburgh Penguins. So we will check in with him from Beantown coming up here in about 10 minutes or so. Also, going to talk a little Matt Miller, former Capital Bruin and Boise State star, and also got On This Day in History coming up. We also are going to, we got a lot of stuff coming up. That's all I know. You can watch us on Facebook Live / The Jason Walker Show, Facebook.com / The Jason Walker Show, YouTube as well. And you can listen anytime, TreasureStateRadio.com. Download on the Google Store or the Apple Store. If you do not have the app yet, you need to get it. You can listen live on Network One Sports. You can listen live on Podbean. You can listen live a lot of places. And then you can listen to the replays a lot. So there you go. Let's see. Big show, as I said, coming up. We're going to talk a lot about hockey in a little bit. Oh, by the way, you can go to JasonWalkerShow.com and get all the past shows, get info, much, much more. You can donate. You can check out our great sponsors that we have. And if you want to be a fan of the show, you can. You can also, this is cool, go down to the very bottom of the screen and sign up for an email. And this isn't spam. We're not going to share it with anybody. But if you want to know what's coming up on the Jason Walker Show, we'll send you emails. And if you do, you might get a Cafe Zydeco gift card, because that's how we roll here on the Jason Walker Show. Let's see, what else? Oh, email anytime, jasonwalkersports@gmail.com. And like I said, we're going to recap some great basketball games last night down in the Magic City. On This Day in History, got the walk-off still to come, and a whole lot more. But we're going to begin today chatting about Bobby Petrino. And he was introduced today at as the head coach at Missouri State. And I stumbled across an article from the Washington Post. And it was written by Matt Bonesteel yesterday morning. So I came across this article today, but it was written yesterday. Matt Bonesteel of the Washington Post. And you can read it at WashingtonPost.com. And it starts off by saying, just going to read a little bit here. Quote, one candidate was a guy who had a habit of secretly interviewing for other head coaching jobs without telling the school at which he was a head coach, who informed the NFL team he was coaching that he was resigning after just 13 games by leaving a note in players' lockers, who got into a motorcycle crash with a woman he was having an affair with and then tried to cover it up. The other reported candidate, a central figure in one of the worst sexual assault scandals in NCAA history. And Missouri State went with the former. That was Bobby Petrino over Art Briles, and he got in a lot of trouble covering up numerous infractions at Baylor, including multiple cases of sexual assault. I don't know which is the best candidate. Bobby Petrino's got the job, and the headline of the WashingtonPost.com story from Matt Bonesteel says Missouri State football is giving Bobby Petrino his 17th chance. And I know the Petrino name is synonymous with football in the state of Montana, especially in Helena. A great coaching lineage from Coach Bob Sr., a putter at Carroll. And, you know, you got Paul out in Idaho. You've got the Samson connection with Mark and Kyle and the Jared and Jason Petrino and Mike Petrino. I mean, it's a great family name in the world of college football and coaching and high school, for that matter. Petrino hasn't coached since 2018 when he got fired with 2 games to go in the season at Louisville. Their only wins that year, Indiana State of FCS and Western Kentucky. They had scores that they lost of 51-14, 77-16, and 66-31. They were 2-8 when Petrino got fired in 2018, his second stint at Louisville. Now, his first stint was great, but he was in his first season at Louisville in 2003 and interviewed secretly with Auburn in November of 2003. He didn't take the job and later apologized for the quote-unquote clandestine meeting, end quote. But he lied about it first. And it just goes on. And Matt Bonesteel does a great job of breaking it down. You know, you look at, he got a big contract extension in 2004, but according to Pat Forty from Yahoo, and very well documented, Petrino talked with Florida, Mississippi, and Notre Dame during the 2004 season. This was less than a year after his first job at Louisville started, the first time. So within a year, he talked to Florida, Mississippi, Notre Dame, Auburn, and then he got a contract extension. And then 5 days after that, he interviewed at LSU. After the 2005 season, he interviewed to become the head coach at Oakland. Signed a huge contract with Louisville in 2006, 10 years, $25 million. And then 5 months later, he was at the Atlanta Falcons head coach. And then after telling Arthur Blank, the owner, that he wasn't going to go anywhere, 13 games into the season, less than a day later, he quit. And he left his players a laminated note in their lockers. This is the Atlanta Falcons. This is an NFL professional football team. Oh, by the way, he became the head coach at Arkansas. And then we know what happened at Arkansas. He had a great run, 2011. They were number 5 in the country. And then April of 2012, the motorcycle accident that he lied about. The extramarital affair that he lied about. He got fired. He went to Western Kentucky for a year. And then he went back to Louisville and had success again because Lamar Jackson, who's going to win the NFL MVP probably this year, but he got fired. And now he's at Missouri State, whose only 2 choices were apparently Bobby Petrino and Art Briles. Now, Art Briles should never work in football again. He should never work, period. Unless it's a blue-collar, kick-his-butt job. What he did and covered up at Baylor is inexcusable. But if your second best option is Bobby Petrino, how long before, here's the over-under. How long before Bobby Petrino at Missouri State is searching for a new job? How long before he starts? I'll give it till August. And then after that, how long before he starts interviewing to take over another job somewhere else? Because that's his history. That's what Bobby Petrino does. But I digress. Some positive coaching news. Oh, by the way, the Montana Grizzlies play at Missouri State the second game of the season in September next year, or this fall coming up. So, will Bobby Petrino be the coach when the Grizzlies play at Missouri State? That's the question. Does he make it 2 games into the season before he either A, gets fired or starts lying about and apologizing for interviewing with other jobs? That's my question. So, some other positive news, though, with coaching. Matt Miller, the Montana State offensive coordinator the last year and a half, is going back home to Boise State, where he was a star. Set multiple records. And he's heading back to Boise State, which is a good move for him. He's going to be the wide receiver coach and passing game coordinator. Now, the Bobcats had some success under Coach Miller. There's no questioning that. He was 4 years at MSU, and he's the all-time receptions leader at Boise. And it's just going to be interesting to see if he's ready for the big time. Because there were some games that Matt Miller didn't have some great play calls, in my opinion. But this is a good move for him. And I know Coach Jeff Choate at Montana State was real worried this offseason about coaching staff changes because they've had success, and now, that's when other programs start calling. So good luck to Matt Miller out there in Boise, and I know he's going to do well, the former Capital star, the 2009 Gatorade Football Player of the Year, and graduated Boise in 2014. So congratulations.
Or in a rush, or you just want to eat healthy? Stop by Dinner's Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. The holidays have come and gone, and now is a good time to treat yourself to what you really wanted. A full detail for your vehicle from Auto Concepts. Right now, Auto Concepts is offering a full detail for just $195. Or maybe you want to tint those windows. Auto Concepts does that too. Get that tonneau cover or bed rug you've always wanted and add in remote start, alarms, running boards, lift kits, toppers, winches, bug guards, grill guards, and much more. Check out Auto Concepts on Facebook or visit the website autoconceptshelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
It is a Thursday. By the way, no show tomorrow. We'll be in Bozeman, so no show tomorrow. We've got to figure out a way to get the whole man cave, Major Mortgage man cave, on the road. So that's still in the process. So until then, no show tomorrow. But appreciate you joining us today here. Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. We are efforting to get Dave Weaver, the head coach of Montana State Hockey, as he is out in Boston getting ready to watch his stepson, Sam Lafferty, play the Bruins tonight. And with the Pittsburgh Penguins, it is a Father's Father's Trip. I want to ask him more about that, so he'll get a hold of us. But that game coming up in about 45 minutes out at the Boston. And then tomorrow, the Penguins at Detroit. So I don't know if Coach Weaver is actually going to come back and coach this weekend for Montana State as they play Providence, because the Bruins then are at Pittsburgh on Sunday. So it's kind of 3 games in 4 days for the Pens. And it's a father's trip for Dave Weaver. His stepson Sam Lafferty playing, and grew up around Altoona, Pennsylvania. And he got drafted by the Penguins in 2014, made his debut in October of 2019. His first, so it's kind of a great story. So Sam Lafferty's hero growing up, idol, was Sidney Crosby, of course, Penguins. So Lafferty gets called up to Pittsburgh, and his first shift in the NHL, as he leaves, the bench and goes through the door, is on the ice with Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby. He scored. He made his got his first goal like 3 days after his opening debut. So, but hopefully we can get a hold of Coach Weaver. Like I said, they're about 45 minutes away from dropping the puck out there in Boston, and he was kind enough to set this up. So hopefully we can get a hold of him before the game starts, because it's going to be fun tomorrow. And if you're listening or watching on the Podbean, got some weird language going on, like actually like foreign language. It's kind of funny to watch. Live on Podbean, we're live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on Network One Sports, and live on TreasureStateRadio.com. So we are live everywhere. There's no reason for you not to catch the Jason Walker Show every weekday from 4 to 5. And then you can also make sure you watch or listen to the replays literally all the time. So there you go. All right, so we'll still try to get a hold of Coach Weaver, and hopefully we can get him on. Montana State, by the way, with a big hockey game coming up tomorrow, a big weekend. Tomorrow night down in Bozeman as they take on Providence. Now, the Argos are ranked second in the West region of the ACHA. The Bobcats are ranked 4th. So that's a big matchup right there in itself, number 2 and number 4. So they'll play tomorrow night at Haynes Pavilion in Bozeman, and then they'll turn around and go to Havre Friday or Saturday night and play up at Havre. And it's a home game for Great Falls, but it's a benefit for Northern's hockey team. So they're going to play at Havre on Saturday night. And I'm serious. If you get a chance to get down to Haynes Pavilion tomorrow or up in Havre Saturday, 2 very good college hockey teams are going to go at it. And it's a lot better hockey than the NA3HL. Now, a lot of these kids played in the NA3HL, which includes Great Falls Americans, where Providence coach Jeff Heimel was before taking the job at Providence. Obviously, the Bighorns, Bozeman, Butte, Missoula, and then 3 teams down in Wyoming. The fact that Billings dropped its team a couple years ago is sad. I remember watching the old junior, I think it was, what league was that? Oh, back in the 90s, because the Bighorns weren't the Bighorns then. But Bozeman and Billings had such a great rivalry back in the 90s. And Bozeman had built an unbelievable hockey rink. And it was for hockey only. I mean, they had some concerts in there, but it was hockey arena. It's at like 3,500, the ice arena at Four Corners. And they ended up, shuttering that. And now they play at Haynes Pavilion where it's super cold. Because you could go to a game at the ice arena and not get cold. You didn't have to wear your jacket the whole time. You didn't have to dress in winter wear like you do at Haynes Pavilion now in Bozeman. Although it's a lot nicer because they actually closed off Haynes Pavilion. They have walls all the way around. It's not insulated, but they have walls everywhere, which is a lot better than it used to be when guys would play like, rec league or club team stuff out in the open. And depending on what period you were, the goalie had wind at his back or wind in his face. And at Haynes Pavilion in Bozeman. But it's closed up now. They're actually building a second rink, or got the second rink going. They're looking for more money down there in Bozeman for it. But Coach Weaver has done a great job with Bozeman amateur hockey to get it back going again after some lean years. There definitely was. But a great game tomorrow. And by the way, if you are wanting to watch that, you can on SWX Montana. Live Friday night at 7:30. The puck will drop. I will be on the call with Matt Softich, and it's going to be a fun atmosphere. And then you can watch the replay Sunday around 3 or so, is what I'm being told. But SWX Montana, great job covering hockey, and pleasure and honor to get to call hockey games with SWX. So thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow for that. All right, so still working on Coach Weaver. And hopefully we can get him before the end of the show. That would be fantastic. But in the meantime, I'll throw, speaking of Providence, their wrestling team is pretty good. And they're ranked 9th, MSU Northern 17th in the latest top 20 poll, which came out today in the NAI. Steve Comack, the first-year coach coming over from Great Falls High, is the Argos climbed from 12th into to 9th, climbed up 3 spots, coming off a very nice performance out at the National Duels in Louisville. We mentioned yesterday, Sean Roberts was 5-0 out there to earn Cascade Conference Wrestler of the Week honors. He is ranked 3rd individually. The Argos' Casey Dobson is ranked 4th at 157. Jordan Comack, 9th at 165. Hayden Schruel, 13th at 184. John Hensley, 6th at 197, and Justin Harbison is 6th at 285. Those are their individuals. On the northern side, they're ranked 17th, moving up a spot. Individually, 4 lights are ranked. Clayton Courier is 18th at 141. Chase Shorts, 15th at 174. Isaac Bartel, 2nd at 195. And Jay Stokes, 10th at 285. They both Providence and Northern heading off to the Missouri Valley Invite at Marshall, Missouri, tomorrow and Saturday. So there you go. Speaking of wrestling, the Jug Beck is coming up this weekend in Missoula. It's the Rocky Mountain Classic, but it's known as the Jug Beck. And there's 31 teams coming from Montana, Idaho, Washington, and Wyoming, and they'll play wrestle Friday and Saturday at Sentinel. And it's a fantastic wrestling tournament. One of the best, no doubt, in all of the Northwest. And that's going to be fun. You got 12 of the double A's out of 15, 9 A teams, and 1 BC team. Sentinel coach Jeremy Laporte told 406mtsports.com, quote, "You're seeing some of the best kids not only in Montana, but Idaho, Washington, and Wyoming. Besides the Tri-State Tournament, which is in Coeur d'Alene, I think this is the toughest tournament of the season. We'll see good competition, 8 wrestlers deep in some of the weight classes, 31 teams. If you can compete at this thing," Coach Laporte said, "you'll be in the hunt for a state title," end quote. 13 defending state champs from Montana will be there this weekend, including Leif Schroeder from Bozeman, John Mears from Belgrade and Frenchtown's Jake Bibler, Lewistown's Cooper Birdwell. By the way, the first 3, Schroeder, Mears, and Bibler, are 3-time defending champs. The other state title returnees, dude is a dude. Cameron Moreno from Butte at 182. Columbia Falls' Taylor Glado, Frenchtown's Walker Dyer, CMR, Colton Martello, Great Falls High Juniors, Elijah Davis and Ethan DeRoche, Haver, Mick Shagnon, Capital sophomore and defending state champ, Carson DeRozier is in there, and Big Sky, Hunter Meinzen. So 8 of the 13 Jug Beck champs from a year ago are back as well. And one of the teams to watch for, obviously, Great Falls High. But Meade, Washington is really good. And they took second at the Tri-State Tournament this past December. And Coach Laporte said they're salty, and it's a good team. So if you're heading over to watch some wrestling, have some fun over there in Missoula, in the Garden City, it'll be a good time. And, it'll be a bunch of great wrestling going on, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So there you go. All right, still trying to get a hold of Coach Weaver. Probably not going to happen, it looks like. It used to be, yes, Howard, the Billings Bulls. Tweet or Facebook message for us. Thank you, Howard. Speaking of the Billings Bulls and the Bozeman Ice Dogs had such a great rivalry. What was Helena? Was it the Ice Pirates? Is that what they used to be called? Yeah. Let's see. Howard on Facebook giving us our wrestling update. He's a good dude. You need to get a hold of Howard if you want anything to know about wrestling in the state. It's going to be fun. I know Howard's going to have a good time over there in Missoula watching that wrestling this weekend. So have a good time, my friend. All right, there's some great games coming up tonight in basketball, and we're going to talk about them here in a second. But I want to remind you that support for the Jason Walker Show comes from Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-belt grooming. Manscaped is refining the gentleman. They offer precision-engineered tools for the family jewels. The electric trimmer has been redesigned. Lawnmower 2.0 has proprietary skin-safe technology, so this trimmer will not nick, it will not snag. We all have a friend, and I brought this up yesterday. She's Out of My League, the movie. And the main character was, trying to shave for a date, and he had to have a friend help him. Well, you don't have to have a friend help you. You can do it yourself with the Lawnmower 2.0. Accidents are a thing of the past, and make sure you get 20% off and free shipping with the code WALKER20. That's WALKER20 at manscaped.com. Get the right tools for the job. Your balls will thank you. I promise. And make sure you get the crop preserver as well. An anti-chafing deodorant and moisturizer. You put deodorant on your armpits, put deodorant on the smelliest part of your body. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code WALKER20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off, free shipping at manscaped.com. Use the code WALKER20, WALKER20. Great games coming up tonight in basketball, and we'll talk about them when we come back. Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of the Jason Walker Show. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender. The holidays have come and gone, and now is a good time to treat yourself to what you really wanted. A full detail for your vehicle from Auto Concepts. Right now, Auto Concepts is offering a full detail for just $195. Or maybe you want to tint those windows. Auto Concepts does that too. Get that tonneau cover or bed rug you've always wanted and add in remote start, alarms, running boards, lift kits, toppers, winches, bug guards, grill guards, and much more. Check out Auto Concepts on Facebook or visit the website autoconceptshelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Thursday here on the Jason Walker Show inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave. Got on this day in history coming up. The walk-off is just around the corner as well. Guy on Podbean wants to ask me a question, and then he doesn't answer the question, or ask the question. I'll answer it. So type it, dude, and let me know what your question is. It says it's about sports, so I'm sure it is. Still efforting Dave Weaver, the head coach of the Montana State hockey team. Not sure if it's going to happen today now because he's got his stepson, Sam Lafferty, who's playing with Pittsburgh tonight out at Boston. The first of three games in 4 days for the Pens. They'll be at Detroit tomorrow and back home in Pittsburgh on Sunday. I know that means nothing to you, but it's cool. It's a cool story for Coach Weaver. Anyway, so there's some great games on the high school schedule tonight across the state of Montana, and that includes Lodgegrass and Hardin meeting up in Lodgegrass. It is the inaugural Elvis Old Bowl night, and Elvis Old Bowl, of course, who was a fantastic basketball player, and he passed away in 2014 in a car accident, but it's going to be a great game tonight. There is no doubt about that. Hardin and Lodgegrass, whoa. I would love to be at that game, seriously. You think about some great games, those two are going to put a good one on tonight at Lodgegrass. Other big games, you've got Shields Valley at Harlow-Rygate, boys and girls. You've got... Roberts is at Broadview Lavina at 6 o'clock tonight. So if you're hanging around, I don't know if that's in Broadview or in Lavina, but I know the Roberts Rockets and the Broadview Lavina Pirates, favorites of the show here. Harrison Willowcrick's at Ennis. Townsend's at Whitehall. I think Jefferson's in action tonight, too. Geraldine Highwood at Belt. Belgrade is playing Dillon. But then Belgrade's got a game with Bozeman this weekend. That's going to be a good one. Let's see. You've got Plentycoo at Bridger. St. Regis is at Hot Springs. I mentioned Geraldine and Belt. Yeah, Townsend at Whitehall. Shepherd's at Huntley. Troy at Noxon. And CGI at Fort Benton. A couple of good games there. And that game, by the way, Roberts is taking on Broadview Lavina at Lavina. So, there you go. Cascades at Great Falls Central tonight. Big Timber at Manhattan. And let's see what else. Roundup Forsyth, Villiers, Dutton, Brady. There's some good games tonight. Of course, we're a little over about a month and a half away from getting districts going. And then state tournaments in about 2 weeks or 2 months from now for basketball. It's going to be crazy. That's coming to an end. For sure. And I think that's about it for big games. Oh, you've got Helena High. Boys are at Big Sky tonight. The girls will host the Eagles in the Queen City. So a couple of their games there. Let's see, what else did we want to talk about today? Swimming. Got swimming in Great Falls this weekend. That'll be a fun time. A lot of Montana teams are heading over to Washington for the Washington Open, and there's club swim teams that are heading over. So good luck to all the Montana swimmers. You got some big games coming up this weekend for sure, and we mentioned tonight as well. So, dude, seriously, on the Podbean, ask me your question. I'll answer it. But, yeah, if you get a chance tonight, if you're out and about looking for somewhere to go, get to Lodgegrass. That Hardin Lodgegrass game is going to be super, super fun tonight. And like I mentioned, it's the inaugural Elvis Old Bowl day. And you got the Class B Indians and Class A Hardin. Hardin lost to Central of Billings in the state title game last year. And that's going to be a good one. Both have a chance to win state this coming March. And it's going to be up and down. You're going to see a lot of points tonight in Lodgegrass. Some other big games coming up this weekend. You have, so we're not doing a show tomorrow, so we'll tell you what's coming up this weekend. Shoto and Fairfield are going to meet tomorrow at Fairfield. And let's see. Rocky Boy. Oh, Huntley's going to play Colstrip on Friday night. That'll be a good one. Colstrip's 8-1. That only lost to Lodge Grass. Let's see, in Class C, Plenty Coup, and we mentioned tonight, taking on Bridger. That'll be a fun one. And in a 6C action, Chinook is 7-1. They play Fort Benton on Saturday. So a good one there. And that's in boys basketball. Of course, girls, Columbia Falls and Browning tonight at Columbia Falls. Big one. Let's see. Dillon will host Hamilton on Saturday in girls ball. St. Labre's 8-1. They'll take on Colstrip tonight. We mentioned that one earlier. Harlem is, let's see. Glasgow actually takes on Wolf Point Saturday and Malta Friday. That Malta-Glasgow one's going to be good. Class C, Hot Springs and Charlotte tomorrow night on the girls' side. Melstone is 8-0 and will host Northern Cheyenne on Saturday. Belt, Roy Winifred. Mentioned Belt's got Geraldine Highwood tonight. Look out for Augusta in the Northern C. They're 7-1. It is 7-1. The Elks. And they play Power tonight at Power. So big one there in the Northern C for girls. So a couple of big games that are coming up, and a couple that I think are of note and of interest as we get set for the final push. It seems crazy to say that, the final push for high school basketball, because we still have 2 months to go. But you're starting to see teams starting to separate now. And, as you move forward and seeing who's separating themselves as the top of the class. You've got your, on the AA, wow. Everything's in the West. You look at the Sentinel, Hellgate, boys and girls, the Capital girls and boys, Helena High girls struggling a little bit, the 3-time state champs, back-to-back. But, it's going to be crazy 2 months for basketball. And we have a month left of wrestling. Is it about a month from now, the All-State Class Tournament down in Billings? I have never been to that. I'd like to get there sometime. If I could figure out how to take the show on the road, it'd be awesome to do the show from Metro Park. First Interstate Arena at Metro Park. It's still Metro. You can put all the naming rights on it you want. It's still Metro Park. But yeah, crazy. I mean, we're the winter sports season. As quick as it got here, it's going to be over that quick too. So anyway, all right, take a final quick break. We'll come back and get you set for tonight. I want to recap some big games that were last night in the Frontier. There's big games coming up tonight in the Frontier, but last night down in the Magic City, a couple of great games that came down to the wire, both Carroll and Rocky, men and women. And I want to recap those when we come back. Got you set for On This Day in History, still to come, and a whole lot more. It is the Jason Walker Show inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, presented by Helena Accommodations. We're coming right back.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show. The holidays have come and gone, and now is a good time to treat yourself to what you really wanted. A full detail for your vehicle from Auto Concepts. Right now, Auto Concepts is offering a full detail for just $195. Or maybe you want to tint those windows. Auto Concepts does that too. Get that tonneau cover or bed rug you've always wanted and add in remote start, alarms, running boards, lift kits, toppers, winches, bug guards, grill guards, and much more. Check out Auto Concepts on Facebook or visit the website autoconceptshelena.com. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Have you thought about buying a home and just don't know where to begin? Well, when it comes to one of the most important purchases one can make, we understand it can be frustrating and confusing, but it doesn't have to be. Let the Major Mortgage team help you with all your mortgage needs. Major Mortgage means major service, and we would love the opportunity to help you today. Give J.R. McFadden, NMLS number 1246357, a call today at 406-465-1918, or you can visit him at 2001 11th Avenue, Building A, Suite 3 in Helena. Major Mortgage is a division of AMCAP Mortgage, NMLS number 129122, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Jason Walker Show, presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. I don't think we're going to get Coach Weaver. They're about 20 minutes from dropping the puck out there in Boston. And, oh well. Hopefully we can see him this weekend. We'll catch up with Coach Weaver at some point here as we move forward on the Jason Walker Show, getting set for a big hockey game tomorrow night at Bozeman as the Argos take on the Bobcats. Providence, Montana State, number 2, number 4 in the West region. It's going to be a lot of fun. And don't forget tonight, big basketball games across the state, and this weekend, big basketball games as well as big swim meets and the Great Falls. I think it's the I-15 up at Great Falls this week, Saturday. And then you've got, of course, the Jugback Rocky Mountain Classic Wrestling over in the Garden City. So last night, Frontier basketball action, Carroll men and women, and the women won 56-54 of Carroll. Right? I think that was the final. The Saints actually, so it was Rocky led late, and Carroll hit a 3, Camden Hilborn, to put Carroll up 49-47. But I think Rocky hit the 50-point mark first, but Carroll got the victory. And sits on top of the Frontier at 4-1. Now Western is 3-1. They play tonight. Or they'll play Friday night against Carroll and then Saturday against Rocky. So we'll have to give you the Frontier schedule here in a second. But Carroll's women 12-5 overall, 4-1 in the Frontier. Rocky falls to 12-4, I believe, and 3-2 overall, as number 17 beat number 20. So the women's game came down to the wire. Fantastic basketball game. Little did people know the first games back at the Fortin Center would be the men's game would go late. How late? Triple overtime late. Yeah. Dane Warp of Carroll, the Haver High product, hit a 3 at the buzzer to send the game into overtime at 72. He had 33 points altogether. Darius Henderson of Rocky had 33 points altogether. The game went to triple overtime. Henderson actually hit a 3 from beyond 25 feet in the double overtime to send it to the third. But then the Saints built a 6-point lead as Shamrock Campbell and Jovan Slovanchinin took over. Slovanchinin, by the way, the Saints won 101-97 in overtime. In 3 overtimes. Great finish. Warp 11-23 from the floor, 9 for 9 from the line, and Rocky with Henderson, he also had 9 rebounds to go along with his 33 points. Warp had 10 boards to go along with his 33. Grant Wallace of Rocky had 23 points. Jovan Slovančanin, 20 points, which is pretty good, and 21 rebounds. That is a man's double-double right there for Jovan Slovančanin, the 5-time and current Frontier Conference Men's Basketball Player of the Week. So Carroll 5-0 in the Frontier, 14-3 overall. Rocky falls to 6-8 and drops to 1-4 in the Frontier. Games tonight in the Frontier. You have Providence men and women at Tech, and then Northern men and women are at LC State. That's a long road trip. And if you're picking, I pick the Providence men and women to sweep tonight. I pick the LC State men and women to sweep Northern tonight. And then tomorrow night, you've got Western at Carroll at the PE Center in Helena on Friday. And then Saturday, Providence is at LC, Rockies at Western, Northern at Tech. So that is your Frontier schedule for the rest of the weekend. But games tonight, Providence at Tech, Northern at LC. And then tomorrow, Carroll hosting Western, the defending national champs. And first place on the line in that one. Because the Saints are 5-1, Western's 3-1. But the Saints can get some distance if the Saints win, and if they can get that win tomorrow over Western. But first things first, you got a game plan. You got to prepare. You got to get ready. So there you go. All right, that is your Frontier update. I wanted to bring you that. And what else did we going to talk? Oh, this is super cool. Hold on, I got to open up my email because I'm going to read it straight from my email. Ready for this? And we're going more statewide with the Jason Walker Show than we have in the past. Not just focused on Helena, but this is a really cool deal. Eric Peterson of Helena High. I'll just read the press release. It is with great pleasure that the National High School Athletic Coaches Association announces the advancement of Eric Peterson from Helena High as a finalist for the 2020 National High School Athletic Coaches Association National Coach of the Year in the sport of girls basketball. There are 8 finalists from across the nation. And Coach Peterson, one of those 8, will find out in Lincoln, Nebraska on July 23rd of this year who wins. They will name the National Coach of the Year in 19 sports categories. Coach Peterson was nominated for this national honor by the state's High School Coaches Association. Selection based on longevity, service to high school athletics, honors, championship years, and winning percentage. Nominees and finalists evaluated by experts in the field of coaching using a sport-specific rubric to assign points in each category. The NHSACA is the oldest coaches association in the nation, formed by coaches for coaches, and has been recognizing national coaches of the year since 1978. Now, Helena High may not win the state tournament this year. They may not. They might win the 4th in a row. They might not. But I would have figured that Coach Peterson, after 3 last year, you have to go back to back to back, would have been a finalist last year. But it's still a great honor for Coach Peterson, and we all want him to win that if you're in the state of Montana. So very, very cool. Just got a text message here from Coach Weaver, and he said, "Sorry, man, they're going on. It's okay, Coach. We'll catch up with him down the road. We'll follow that college hockey season the rest of the way out. Montana State last year went to the national tournament. So, man, last week Jesse Davis. This week Coach Weaver. Man, no, I guess nobody wants to be on the show. What's that say? Is it me? I'm kidding. It's not. We love our listeners. We love our fans. We love our sponsors here on the Jason Walker Show. Which is brought to you by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. You can visit HelenaAccommodations.com. All right, so let's do On This Day in History. Well, hold on. Let's see if Coach, he really wants to do this. So we'll see if he wants to. All right, but we'll do On This Day in History. 1964, AL owners vote 9-1 against Charlie Finley to move the Kansas City A's to Louisville. Can you imagine that? The Louisville A's, they ended up moving to Oakland. 1966, Chicago granted an NBA franchise to be called the Bulls. Becomes the third NBA franchise in the city after the Stags and the Packers/Zephyrs, who are now the Washington Wizards. 1981, Leon Spinks was mugged. His assailants even took his gold teeth. They beat up a boxer. And on this date, 1919, the 18th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution authorizing the prohibition of alcohol was ratified. And that was a sad, sad time for the country, I'm told. I wasn't there. So, all right, we're going to call Coach and see if he answers. Coach, you there?
Hi, this is Dave.
Hey, Coach, it's Jason Walker. We're live on the Jason Walker Show. How you doing?
Hey, Jason. Great, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. So you're out in Boston tonight.
I am in Boston. I'm on the father's trip with my son who plays for the Penguins. So yeah, I'm at the arena in Boston and game's getting ready to start.
It's I know it's getting close, but I wanted to ask you about tomorrow and this weekend. Are you coaching this weekend then?
So I won't make it back tomorrow, but I fly in actually to Great Falls on Saturday,
Okay.
and the bus will pick me up at the airport on the way to the game.
Coach Dave Weaver of Montana State Hockey joining us here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, so you're off to a good start. It's been a nice season. I think you guys are 16-6 and playing well over the holiday break and coming out of it. How proud of the guys are you?
Oh, I'm super excited for the team. You know, it's a close knit group, and we were playing well going into break, and you know, you're really at that point where you're like, man, I don't want to have this break, right? We're rolling.
Sure.
And we had about 4 weeks off and came out of it. Won 2 good games last week against Williston, and this will be one of the biggest tests for us of the season with Providence this weekend. Very good team.
Are you surprised at how quickly they've become such a good team in a year and a half now?
Yes and no. I mean, I think that anytime you're a new program, it's tough to recruit in kids and get the program, you know, off the ground that quickly or that successfully. But, you know, when you look at their coaching staff and who they had last year, you realize this team's going to be good quick, and they're going to be good for a long time. So very well coached and very disciplined team. So they're doing extremely well.
When I saw you guys a couple of months ago in November when you took on Western Washington, and it's the same guys that are leading the way for you, led by guys like Ryan Padden, these 3 guys on that front line play so well together.
They do, and we've gotten some guys coming back from injury that will really help. I mean, this weekend, tomorrow will be the first time we've had our entire complement of team for any one game. But you know, speaking of Ryan Padden, he's led our team in scoring for the 3 years he's been here. He's leading the team again this year in scoring. He's just a great goal scorer and a great offensive talent. And then you add in some guys like Zach Lane with him, who's a freshman coming in and very young and very talented. So it's been a lot of fun watching those two and you know, as well as a lot of these forwards.
It's going to be a great game tomorrow, a fun game on Saturday up at Havre supporting Northern's hockey team as they try to get one going. Dave Weaver joining us here, Jason Walker Show. I know you want to get ready for the first drop of the puck, but let's chat about your kid real quick. Sam Lafferty grew up in the area, and I know the story is fantastic, but when he got called up and you guys flew out super quick to watch his debut back in October, but how's he been doing this year? How's he enjoying it?
Oh, he's having a ball. I mean, you know, it's a dream of a lot of young kids to play in the NHL, and this year when he got the call in October, just fantastic. And he's been up almost the whole year. He's played 30-something games, and he's playing well, and obviously loves being around these guys. I mean, just you know, the Crosbys and Malkins and Latangs, for him to be able to learn from those guys and practice with them day in and day out is just phenomenal.
We talked about this during the game that we called on SWX back in November, but his first game, you know, he grows up idolizing Sidney Crosby, and his first shift is with Sidney Crosby. What was his nerves like? Did he tell you?
Yeah, no, you know, I was probably way more nervous, right? You know, I'm watching the game, and he jumps the boards, and I see Sid jump right after him, and I'm like, holy cow, they're playing his first shift together. This is just fantastic. So, you know, Crosby just came back from injury and played Tuesday night, so he's playing tonight. just a great hockey player and a great mentor to these young kids. So, obviously Sam loves being around the guy. He's just a true professional in every essence of the word.
Well, it is a pleasure to watch his growth, and I'm very happy to be able to chat with you. I wish I could see you tomorrow night down in Bozeman, but good luck the rest of the way this season, Coach, and I hope to check in down the road. Enjoy Boston, and safe travels home.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Jason. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Coach. Dave Weaver joining us, the Montana State hockey coach on the Mike Miller State Farm hotline, as we were able to squeeze in Coach there, and appreciate him being so accessible, getting ready to watch his son Sam Lafferty play with the Pittsburgh Penguins out at Boston tonight, taking on the Bruins. And Coach will get back home. They'll be in Detroit tomorrow night, and then he'll fly home and fly into Great Falls, catch the bus, as he said, up to Havre on Saturday. So that's awesome. Thanks to Coach for being able to help get on the air today. That was cool. He's a great guy. He's done wonders for Bozeman's Amateur Hockey League down there, and of course the Montana State Hockey Club as well. They've got a lot of support from President Waded Cruzado, who just loves sports. She might be the best thing to happen to Montana State like ever, except for when I was the PA announcer down there. But President Cruzado and what she does and for the sports and the athletics department at Montana State, she loves it. She understands it, that it's what it does for the university, and she supports it, and it's fantastic, and it's great to see. And you got an athletic director now in Leon Costello who does a great job as well. All right, let's get to this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
Jason Walker Show here on a Thursday is presented by Helena Accommodations, the in-town 5-star extended stay residences. Visit HelenaAccommodations.com. The walk-off, by the way, brought to you by Cafe Zydeco. Go to JasonWalkerShow.com. Go all the way down to the bottom. Sign up to get on our emailing list. And again, we're not spamming. We're not doing any of that. We just want you to be aware of what's coming up on the Jason Walker Show all the time. And I'll give you a couple of gift certificates. The first couple people. I'm not going to give one person two, but I'll give the first couple people a couple. All right, so we just got off the phone with Coach Dave Weaver at Montana State as he gets to watch his stepson, son Sam Lafferty, play out at for the Pittsburgh Penguins at Boston tonight and Detroit tomorrow. You talk about two of the more legendary hockey programs in NHL history, Boston, Detroit, come on. And he gets to watch his son play against both of those in some great arenas as well. Not the originals, but they're still great hockey arenas. I need to get to an NHL game. Anyway, all right, hope you enjoyed the show today. Matt Miller, the big news, heading off to Boise State, leaving Montana State after 4 years. And we wish him a whole lot of heaping success, as he did a nice job the last year and a half as the offensive coordinator for Montana State and Jeff Choate. So now Jeff Choate back onto the hiring path. You got the big conference that just happened over the weekend, and we'll see what coaches are moving where. We know that Bobby Petrino is the head coach at Missouri State. And my question is, how long before he starts interviewing for other jobs? 2 games, 3 games? That's my question. The Walk-Off, brought to you by Cafe Zydeco. Visit them, 625 Euclid. Get fantastic Cajun food anytime at Cafe Zydeco. We're off tomorrow. We'll see you back here on Monday. Jason Walker Show inside the Major Mortgage Man Cave, presented by Helena Accommodations. Make sure you check out HelenaAccommodations.com. Be safe. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. Stay dry. And we'll see you on Monday.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.